Today, I'm going to be breaking down Popcaan's new track, Caa Done, featuring Drake. This track dropped 3 days ago, which is currently at 1.6 million views as of the time of recording. If you haven't already checked out the full video, please go ahead and do so. But before we go ahead and get into the video, I want to give a shout out to Joan Coakley for this comment. Also, if you haven't already, go ahead, check out my main channel, Pure Urban Music, link in the description below. Let's get it.
What you? Yeah. Trouble for the feet.
Nice opening. Like the vibe of the track.
876 guy. 6 guy.
Okay, right. So first impressions. I love the first set, right, or should we say opening keys. They've kind of got this reverbed or kind of echoed effect on them, or what sounds like an effect, and what that does is it kind of creates this continuation of the keys after they've been played. And what I like about that is the fact that by doing so, right, they end up with their own sort of rhythmic pattern. So that's a really nice touch there. I'm a big fan of strong pianos, right? And you begin to hear those come in sort of like later on within the intro. Again, really nice touch. But something that really stands out to me, right, is you've got what sounds like this kind of high-pitched, sampled vocal, right? And it might not be a vocal. I mean, it could be something completely different. But whatever that is, right, is really nice because it just brings something different to the intro, right, outside of just the standard instruments being played.
Try if you rush me off, try if you brush me off, I see. Bad man like calling me from unruly, girl, why be? Disrespect we and shot I go be. They try to say we done, pussy we can done. No. We can done, we cannot done, we cannot done. We can done, we cannot done, we cannot done. We can done, we cannot done, we cannot done. We can done, we cannot done. Oh, we can done.
Okay, right. So what we have is Drake opening us up here with both the pre-chorus and the chorus. And I think actually that's a banging decision. You know, look, for me personally, when Drake is delivering those vocals, the way he's delivering them now, that's when I think Drake is at his best. I liked how when they opened us up into the pre-chorus, we just had some shakers and some core instruments there, you know, and then what happened was they then followed up later on with the beat and the bass. And another element that really kind of stood out to me is this introduction of an electric guitar, right? So I really like that, especially when they're kind of stripping things out of the beat to really bring that through. I'll take it back just one or two, just so you can kind of listen out or pay attention to those elements.
We cannot done, we cannot done, we can done. Oh, me can done, boy, we dead, me don't leave my gun. Chop a load up a place like my new stadium. Fit tell her give me head in at the big phantom. Them know me a the god like one of Jesus' son. Yeah, sharp but me heavy. Chain round me neck, can buy a couple Chevy. Jiggle up your body for me, baby. No say your love when me come in at your belly. Yeah, bad man chill like champion and can't lie. Give you something, make you ride it like a motorbike. Yes. Me are the original, me are the prototype. Them think we done with us, I kick it in a overdrive.
Okay, so what I really like about Popcaan's verse here. So firstly, I love how he's completely changed up the rhythm, right? If you listen to Drake in the pre-chorus and the chorus, right, Drake's vocals are very kind of spread out, right? And as a result, they kind of sound a bit more chilled, a bit more slowed down. We then enter into this verse, right? And Popcaan really picks up the pace in those vocals, completely changing the rhythm of the track. What I also like here is how the beat isn't consistent, right? A little bit like what they were doing in the pre-chorus and chorus. They're kind of taking things out, adding things in, and it's constantly changing. Again, you know, it's a real nice touch on that. Nice layered vocals. Listen to that.
Try if you rush me off, try if you brush me off, I see. Bad man likes calling me from unruly, girl, why be? Disrespect we and shot I go be. They try to...
I love, and it's the same thing that we had in the beginning. I love that high-pitched sound that they're using. It's much more frequent now within sort of like the chorus than what it was in the intro. But just, you know, just pay attention to it and listen to what, you know, a simple sound, right, can bring to a track. I'll take it back just one or two, just so you can pay attention to it. But also, you know what? I know I said it already, but I think Drake's feature on this and what he's bringing to this track is absolutely spot on.
From unruly, girl, why be?
Hear it?
Disrespect we and shot I go be.
There.
They try to say we done, pussy, we can done. We can done.
Guitars coming through.
We cannot done. We can done, we cannot done, we cannot done. We can done, we cannot done, we cannot done. We can done, we cannot done.
Everywhere the girl them love you. In every state, every country. Cute pretty girl want make a movie. She a tell me she bad and she unruly. Man just a star, get rich every day and just a laugh. Legendary, full baby.
Okay, really love now how Popcaan is starting to play with the range, right? So not only, you know, does it kind of pick up in pace, right? So similar to what we had in the first verse, but it's actually really kind of taking us up in the range there, right? Now, what you also notice here is that Popcaan's, or the back end of Popcaan's vocals are being layered. Pretty much every back end of the vocal is being layered. I'll take it back. Notice how just by picking it up, right, it almost gives this track an extra something. And then just by layering it, makes those vocals just sound even more fuller.
Everywhere the girl them love you.
Up.
In every state, every country. Cute pretty girl want make a movie. She a tell me she bad and she unruly. Man just a star.
Again.
Get rich every day and just a laugh. Legendary, full Burberry. Have a pretty ass Kelly, anything kick off. Remember man I got not the earth. Some fuck, some earth angel. Me great granny from every self go and raise hell. Man I fight to the end from them ring that bell. And as I make it in a life, them say I soul yourself. Amount of pain me feel, some of my flow can tell. Bolivar friends reach
Guitars
up, me
coming
still
through.
wish them well. Bolivar record.
And what you notice here as well, again, you know, staying consistent with what they've been doing through the track is they're adding things, they're really chopping up the beat, and I absolutely love it because what it does for you as the listener is it keeps you engaged because things are constantly changing and shifting around within the track.
Break Bolivar show get shell. From you say we name a great it spell.
Try if you rush me off, try if you brush me off, I see. Bad man likes calling me from unruly, girl, why be? Disrespect we and shot I go be. They try to say we done, pussy, we can done. We can done.
Love those guitars, man.
We cannot done. We can done. We cannot done. We cannot done. We can done. We cannot done. We cannot done. We can done. We can done.
Now, just gonna see it out. Okay, verdict time. So what are some of the things that I liked about the track? So firstly, I really like the fact that they opened us up with a pre-chorus and a chorus, and that Drake was leading that. I thought it was a smart choice on the production side. I said it in the video, you know, for me, when Drake is delivering his vocals in this way, this is when I feel he is at his best. So to have him opening up, it immediately kind of grabs your attention, it hooks you in, and it makes you want to listen to more of the track. So yeah, good choice on that front. So the second thing for me was how they were chopping and changing the beat. And this happened both in the chorus and in the verses. You can literally hear them taking things out, adding things back in, building things up again as we go into the chorus. And what this means is that the track is constantly changing, it's keeping it fresh, and the listener engaged. The third and final thing for me was how Popcaan changed the rhythm of his verses to that of the chorus. I know I noted it in the video, but you listen to Drake, plenty of space within his vocals and within the arrangement, so there's no risk of them sounding or feeling cluttered. We move on to Popcaan, and all of a sudden he ramps up the pace and completely changes the rhythm. And this again is an example of how something doesn't necessarily have to change instrumentally in order for you to feel that something has changed within the track. Just a simple shift in rhythm can create that same effect. So yeah, absolutely spot on from Popcaan. Okay, so that's it from me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you in the next one.